Well, look, I think that winning the Pan Americans is huge. It's something that we should use to market the game. And now participating in these events, it will give us a lot of press. I think that it's just one way. I mean, this game is gonna grow so much. Everyone is playing the game right away, and that's why I think this is gonna keep growing.
And we are all things paddle. Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Paddle Smash Academy. We're here on location at the Pan American Senior Games in Brazil, Camboriú. I'm here, I have Juan Arraya, unbelievable paddle player, unbelievable tennis player, owner of the new exciting paddle club, Sports Haus in Connecticut.
Yes.
Welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us your experience here at the Pan American Games. How you doing?
I mean, we had a tough match yesterday against Argentina. We lost 7-5, 6-3, but we're still in the run. We made it to the quarterfinals anyways. We're playing Mexico at 4 o'clock. It's been exciting. I mean, the level is off the charts. It's just a paddle that it's not there in the US, so it's new for us. But I can see that we're all gonna get better with time. We just need to keep putting the effort and the time into it, and we're just gonna keep improving and getting better and competing in these events. It's just gonna make all of us better.
So, and I was watching your match, and it was so close. I mean, what do you think was the big difference between you and them?
Well, I think defense was the biggest difference. They defend a lot better than me, especially Fernando is an amazing player. I'm still learning defense, but also the fact that we lost 6 golden points, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think that offense, on the offense side, I'm there. I think I can compete at the high level. Defense, I still need to keep working on it.
Good. And where do you see it? Well, let's tell us about the Sports Haus. Just opened a brand new club in Connecticut. Tell us all about the location, all the things that are happening right now.
Well, we opened 7 weeks ago in Norwalk, Connecticut. We have 5 padel courts,
Wow.
4 pickleball courts, and 2 golf simulators. And it's been going amazing. We've been open for 7 weeks. We already hosted a Red Padel event. And now last weekend we hosted a USPA 250 event that we were sold out. So it's very exciting. We're hosting events every weekend, like one-day tournaments. It's super exciting. It's something new for me and all my partners, Patricio, Mark Parsons, and Mark Fischel, and it's going great. So and we're very happy that a lot of people are trying the game for the first time, and we're getting great feedback from everyone. Everyone is loving the game. And we can see the game growing and growing and growing, and we don't know. The sky is the limit at this point.
That's beautiful. And all the new players, I know, most of some of the players there that are like platform tennis. Do you see when they become to play paddle, do they pick it up quickly?
They pick it up a lot faster than other players. Most of our area, we have amazing rackets professionals, platform tennis players. So we're still hitting a little too hard, but little by little we're getting better at that. But the walls is for platform tennis players is easier to get. However, because the ball comes off the wall or the glass a lot faster, they're still being challenged by that. But I think that they're getting it, and it's fun.
And tell us a little bit about Sports Haus. It's a members only. It's members, no members. How's that work?
So we do have a membership that you can join, and then of course all the rates have a lower fees. But as a non-member, you can also come and play. And then we rent the course by the hour, and then we're getting a lot of people, and it's great.
That's great.
Yes.
And now you have the perfect combination, pickleball and paddle. What is getting more usage, pickleball or paddle or both?
Well, believe it or not, because like I said, we've been open for 7 weeks. Believe it or not, we've been super busy with padel, and mainly because the weather has been good enough that the pickleball players have still been playing outside. But now we're seeing a big shift, and a lot of players are coming to use our facility because our facility is indoors, of course. But padel for the first 7 weeks have been like busy. After 5, it's hard to get a court. We have in-house leagues Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. ladies' night outs, events, tournament. It's been amazing.
And you do clinics, private lessons, you do everything.
So Vuk Velikovic is our head pro, and Patricio Misitrano is he calls himself the chief sports officer.
The majestic, incredible Patricio Misitrano. Way to go, Patricio!
So Patricio and Vuk are teaching most of the lessons. I am now going to be joining on a part-time basis. Like, I'm going to go and do some lessons there too, because I just resigned from my previous job. So I'm going to be there more teaching, and hopefully we will keep growing the game.
So tell us that, because I heard that we both were former professional director of rackets and all that, extend trajectory in the tennis world and all that, and we call it quits and we just invested 100% into paddle. What was that transition, and how's that going?
Well, it's not that I invested my 100% into paddle. I'm now using a lot of the time that I used to use for other things for paddle, but I still compete in the platform tennis tour.
Okay.
I am competing a lot in paddle. I'm actually planning on going back to competing in the pickleball tour. I'm one of those crazy people that compete in all the tours. Even though I'm 46, I'm not young anymore, but I still do it because I like to. I'm on suicidal mode. But I'm using a lot more of, I would say now 50% paddle, then I'm doing 25% tennis, and then pickleball and platform the rest.
25% tennis? Come on, maybe less than that.
No. I was doing, I still teach tennis. But the pickleball is the one that I've been doing the least now. I'm going to start picking up again, and I'm going to do less tennis now.
Yeah.
Probably. But hopefully by the summer, I'll see what I do. I'm applying for some jobs. I still don't know where the future has for me, but working some things out.
Enjoy the moment.
I am. I'm loving these events. Last week I was in Cancun, and it was super exciting to win the Pan American Games.
So tell us about that. The U.S., for the first time in the history of the paddle world, won the Pan American Games in the libres category.
Yes.
So how was that?
That was an insane experience. The atmosphere was, it was crazy, and everybody was so excited. It was a great team all together. We did a lot of things together. It was so fun, and it will be something that I will never forget for the rest of my life. Being part of that team, winning the first title for the U.S., representing the country that has done so much for me and for my family and for everyone in the team. I was so proud to represent the U.S. and it's very exciting.
And tell me the moment when, because you guys didn't know until the end, right? When you find out that you guys actually won.
I gotta say this. I have nothing against other countries or anything, but the math there from some people, the organization, they weren't doing it that well. There were some issues with the draw. So to me, in my mind, and I was expressing this to the captain, Luis Ramirez, I was telling there is no way we're not winning this. The women had won 4 out of the 5 draws, or actually 3 out of the 5 draws. We became second in one of the draws and third in the other draw. The men, we had 4 teams in the playoffs. We had second place and third place. So there was no doubt in my mind, even though the results were not there. So with a little bit of common sense, I could see that we were going to do well. But you never know. Nobody was Einstein there to do the calculations.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
And how was holding the trophy? When did you guys find out? The last day, the previous day?
So the last day, they did the award ceremony, and then, yeah.
They call it USA, baby. Let's go.
Yes.
That's awesome. Right. So where do you see paddle in the United States going from here on?
Well, look, I think that winning the Pan Americans is huge. It's something that we should use to market the game. And now participating in these events, it will give us a lot of press. I think that it's just one way. This game is going to grow so much. Of course, it's not as easy to grow as pickleball, because pickleball, you can just have a flat surface, put a net, and you start playing pickleball. This requires building courts, having the real estate, and then, of course, in the Northeast, the indoor facilities and all the facilities are very expensive. So to build places is not that cheap, but it's only gonna go in one direction. I think that we're getting great traction. The people are really loving the game. It's very dynamic, very athletic. It's easy to get right away. There is no overhead serving. The ball gets in play. You play points from the get-go. I mean, within 15 minutes, you're playing the game. That's what I think pickleball also got a traction right away, because it's easy to get started right away. You start playing the game right away. Playing the game is what makes the sport fun. Exactly. When it becomes too technical, it's difficult. So everyone is playing the game right away, and that's why I think this is going to keep growing. And I'm so happy that you also have a facility in San Francisco. So the game keeps expanding around the country, and more events and more tournaments, and it's just going in one direction.
That's awesome, man. That's really good. I mean, I love that you are invested as a player, as an entrepreneur, as a visionary of paddle. I mean, I just love that. We need more people like you to really push the game forward. I mean, we're 100% invested in make paddle grow in the United States. So at the end of the interview, we go into the golden point questions. Fast, quick answer. Let's get going, baby. What do you prefer to play, right or left?
Left.
What is your best shot?
Víbora.
Wow. What is your worst shot?
The lob.
So, who is your favorite partner?
Enrique Pardo.
Enrique Pardo, wow. Who is your favorite professional player that you love to watch and you like to imitate?
Velasteguin.
Really? Good,
yes.
Good, excellent. What are your goals for 2024?
Keep improving and be able to play more tournaments, because in the past I've been too busy with other stuff. So I'm glad that the USPA has already published the big events, the 1,000 events for next year, so I can plan ahead and now play in those events and be competitive. At this age, I just want to be competitive, have fun. If wins come, better, but of course I want to win. I'm not going to go to lose, but I want to be competitive.
Enjoy the process.
Yes.
Is Sports Haus going to be having any tournaments next year?
Yes, we're having one red paddle for sure. We're having two USPAs, one 500 and one 250 in August and October, I think. Then we're hosting the Masters, the Senior Masters, December 15th, 2024. Good. Yes, we're hosting the Masters.
So let me ask one thing. Are you guys doing juniors?
Yes, well, like I said, we just started. And then when we opened our facility, the indoor season had already started at other places. And we need to pull kids from tennis or from platform tennis, from programs that are already developed, put them into paddle. And we opened once those programs have begun. So it's been harder for us to get the kids going. But now for Christmas, we have a camp scheduled for the entire week. During the holiday break, we are going to do pickleball, paddle, and golf groups of 8 kids. Hopefully we get them sold out. So we want to start exposing kids to the game.
Beautiful, man. Put our hands together. Let's go USA, baby!
USA!
Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications.
And remember, it's free $99. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for tuning in to Padel Smash Academy. We hope you'll find our videos informative, helpful in improving your game and learning all things paddle.
So until next time, keep improving your game. And remember, learn, play, and share.